welcome everyone to another episode of First Impression Sports Talk. We are live. First thing tonight, we're going to be talking about all things NFL free agency because there's a lot going on since our last show that happened this morning at 11. So let's bring on Cole. Let's bring on Anthony because we didn't have Cole on this morning. So we're going to be talking about all things NFL free agency. So Cole, being that you weren't here this morning, we did touch down on the Pittsburgh Steelers, making some big splashes in free agency with first starting with getting Russell Wilson from Denver and signing Patrick Queen and getting rid of Dante Johnson. So Cole, you have the floor. What is your reaction to some of the moves that the Steelers are making right now?
Pittsburgh, do we have a day today? Think we did. Good day today. Good day today. All right, I heard there's a big party down at Acrisure Stadium.
Yeah.
Dante Johnson, get out, pack your bags. I'll buy your plane ticket. You're not getting first class because you were a moron when you were here. But get out. Get out. Hit the road, dude. Gave no effort on some plays. A whiny crybaby. Yeah, dude. Just hit the road.
Yep.
Thank God he's out of here. That's a good start when I have said that the Steelers need to do something with this culture.
That's what they need.
That is a good first move to start changing the culture and start getting better guys in this organization. Because Deontay was a fool.
Yeah.
Such a fool. Patrick Queen, great signing. Will not complain about that.
At all.
And then
that's the biggest one to me. Hey, that's the biggest one to me. You guys have to find a way to stop Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry gonna run all three y'all.
Yeah, don't worry. We need some D linemen too.
Yes.
That's the next step. Get some D linemen. Get another corner.
Mm-hmm.
Then gonna need now you're gonna need a receiver, but you can easily replace that.
Yes, for him. Yeah, for sure.
He's easily replaced.
You still have Pickens too. I mean,
right?
Oh yeah, you still got You still got Hayward down there in the interior. You got TJ Watt on the edge. Hey,
then Patrick Queen, that's Cole. That's nasty.
Yeah, then you got Patrick Queen in the middle. You got a run
Cole,
stopper.
This is a Super Bowl winning team right now. I'm telling you. This is a Super Bowl waiting to happen.
Calm down. Hold on. You get too much credit. A Super Bowl team is kind of crazy. An AFC Championship, you can see. I can see an AFC Championship.
No, I'm calling Super Bowl.
Do you know who won the Super Bowl in the back-to-back years? Do you know who won the Super Bowl back-to-back years? You think that team is beating Patrick Mahomes? Come on.
I mean, you signed Patrick Queen, and then Russell had his number. I mean, come on. Let's go. Let's go Steelers.
But
I want to see Russell and Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship. Steelers country, just throw the towel.
Now, you guys are getting a little bit too ahead of yourselves, all right? I'm sorry. I gotta, okay? There are still team needs outstanding. You need a tackle and you need a center. They have had a very good offseason so far, and I'm happy with what they've done. I will give credit where credit is due.
Right.
But you have to get another corner. You have to we have to take a look at the quarterbacks in this division. They do have to play Patrick Mahomes this year.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to play Joe Burrow twice. They're going to have to play Lamar twice. They'll have to play Deshaun Watson twice. He's a big, up in the air.
Or Jameis.
But they've done good so far. Go get me another corner. I need someone that can play in the slot. Yep. That's got to be a draft pick or a free agency signing. And I need someone that's good too. Because if you cannot stop the pass, you have no shot in winning.
No, I agree with that.
Russ is a good signing. For what I do not believe Russ is the same old Russ that we've seen. He's washed. But I think you can get the last ounce of good football he has left in him. And I don't think he was bad at all last year. I don't really think it was him. Because I don't think they had any talent in Denver. They had no talent for him.
I I wouldn't say they didn't have talent. I think his ego got the best of the team. Because they had Jerry Jeudy, they had Sutton. That's a legitimate receiving core. It's just I think when you look at Sean Payton's ego was what caused a lot. And the Broncos were winning. At one point, they were leading the division when they went to Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. And I think they were on a 4-game winning streak. And then you benched Russ that same week. That has a lot to do with the organization. They actually fumbled rather than what Russ and the team did. The organization is the one that fumbled.
Yeah. I would agree. I mean, there's still a lot. Like, there's still outstanding team needs for the Steelers. Next thing too, you got to get some depth. All right.
Yes,
you
I agree
have
with
to
that.
plan for injuries because they are going to happen.
Yes.
Nobody escapes from that. That's the reality. You're playing football. You're playing a very physical sport.
High pace, fast pace. Yeah.
Yes.
You got to have depth because if you don't have depth, you're done.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
I am not calling the Steelers by any means a Super Bowl contender. I still think they are 9-8, 10-7. I got to see more.
Cole.
I can rock with 10-7.
I got to see more.
With their O-line and Russell, I can rock with 10-7, maybe 11-6.
I don't think they're losing 7 games.
I can see them sweeping the Browns, splitting with the Ravens. I don't want to say,
honestly,
I'll say they gonna split with them. Y'all not beating. Wait, are you guys in Arrowhead for Patrick? Are you guys are?
I think we are at home. I do not have the schedule off the top of my head. Unfortunately, I wish I did, but I know. But I mean, I do know they're gonna be playing Patrick Mahomes too. They do have a tough schedule.
That's one game that you might lose, but I'm being honest. I don't think the Steelers are losing 7 games.
Is it also very fair for me to say, too, that I don't know if TJ Watt can stay healthy for a full year?
That's true. But then you add someone like Patrick Queen, young guy, had a great first 2 years, and you bring him in that organization with the Steelers, and then you bring a veteran QB in, and you're going to build around him. They're going to build around Russ. So I think if the Steelers do this right, if they're able to go on the draft, get some O-line, get some key pieces, Cole, they're a very scary team. Do you not agree with that?
I agree with it. I agree with it.
You have a point.
You don't think they're scary? Like
right now,
I'm gonna be honest. I think the division's wide open. Like
I would say the division's wide open too. But right now,
you look at the AFC North, right?
Right now, I gotta see more. Like I
see
need
more from who? Your team.
Yeah,
I need to see more. And also,
that's
too.
Fair. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But I think
the division is open.
A measly 3 moves is not enough to put you guys in the Super Bowl or playoff conversation. Maybe a few wins,
I
do not know too.
Also, too, as well with Russ, I'm not sure he can win you a Super Bowl anymore. I'm not. Let's look at the teams.
I mean, Matt Stafford won a Super Bowl.
Okay, but I could say Matt Stafford was actually solid that year, and I thought he's been better than, and I thought he was better than Russ. Like Russ, to me, I do not look at him as some franchise-changing move because he's not. They can be
better than Kenny Pickett, Cole.
Oh, Kenny Pickett's not.
That's a good point.
Get him out. Get him out.
It's not Kenny Pickett.
Oh well.
But you have to see what Matthew Stafford had around him when he won that Super Bowl. So if you want to call,
you got a team around you.
Russell Wilson like a Super Bowl quarterback or take the Steelers to the Super Bowl, you got to say, you know what kind of weapons does he have around him? He has Pickens, he has Freiermuth, he has Harris, Johnson's gone. So
you got to add somebody else.
Yeah, they're gonna add somebody else, but they added to the defense a lot. So now let's start to add to the offense. So they lost the receiver today.
Around.
Exactly. Yeah. So at 20, at pick 20, I see you guys getting Mitchell from Texas, maybe Worthy because of his speed, or you guys could get Xavier Lynette from South Carolina.
Cole, don't sleep on your team, man. I'm telling you,
if you guys get Xavier Worthy, I say
Xavier Worthy. Are you kidding?
But here's the problem, though. Will Russ have an O-line to protect him?
Oh, I think they're gonna get an O-line, 100%. They're gonna get an O-line.
There's still more that has to be done before we can even start talking and mentioning Super Bowl. Like that's the biggest point I'm trying to make.
I'll do you one better. They're going to the AFC Championship this year.
I'm not sold on that either. I got to see some more.
So
what they have, they got a corner. They got one corner. They got Russ and they got Patrick Queen. I'm not sure those three signings make them a Super Bowl contender right away. They have to get more. They have to get an
more offense
because the O-line.
They gotta add to the offense.
I'm telling you, Cole. I'm telling you what I see in your team, man. You guys go to the playoffs last year, right? With just what you had. You add a veteran quarterback on top of a guy like in Patrick Queen. You're adding people that are big name people to a team that, they got to the playoffs. They skipped their way in the playoffs, but still, with what y'all had, you still made the playoffs with what you had. Now you're adding to that and getting rid of some people that don't need to be there. You add a player like Patrick Queen, like Russ, who has shown leadership skills. Like Cole, you're not thinking at all that y'all could win the division and be a seed, one of the top seeds in the AFC. I think it's wide open.
AFC. When it comes to I would agree. The AFC is wide open.
No. I said the AFC North is wide open.
The AFC North is wide open. Absolutely.
Whoa. Just imagine for a sec, right? Imagine like 2 years ago when if I told you, like, hey, would you ever think of Derrick Henry with the Ravens? If I told you that 2 years ago, what would you tell me? You tell me I was crazy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they don't have the money. They got Gus Edwards. They got to do that. Guess what? Now it's reality. Derrick Henry just signed a 2-year deal with the Ravens. You cannot tell me that backfield. You have the reigning MVP and the king in the backfield. Come on now. Are you stopping a Lamborghini and a Range Rover?
Listen.
You're not stopping a Lamborghini and a Range Rover. You're not doing that. They're running. And if they go in I formation and you got Lamar under center, you got Patrick Ricard at fullback, and you got Derrick. Oh my God. Oh,
listen, this is Anthony. Listen, I can't. I just know. I am happy for Derrick Henry. I am so thrilled that I think this is a great move for the Ravens, but at the same time, I'm not sold. The Ravens have been the #1 rushing team for how many years? And what is the result to that? And no offense to Leon, because I know he's a Ravens fan, but let's really talk about it. Derrick Henry, of course they're going to be running through people, but when you get playoff time, I've been trying to defend these Ravens for so long. When you get playoff time, all teams are going to do is stack the box, make Lamar throw the ball, then you win the game. That's just been. The Ravens have always been a top rushing team, regardless if you have Derrick Henry or not, or anybody else. They've always had a #1 rushing team. Yeah, Derrick Henry, wow, that's big deal, 100% big deal. But at the same time, when it comes to playoffs, when it's time for Lamar to put the game in his hands and make the plays, that's why I say it's wide open. Joe Burrow, he's having injury issues. Deshaun Watson also is having injury issues. So, Cole, when I tell you this, the Steelers could very much so win this division. Very much so win this division.
They could. I said I agreed. But here's a great point too as to what.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's just an excellent point. They didn't run the ball at all in the AFC Championship game. I think that's why they lost.
Yeah,
really, they did not run the ball
because why? They wanted Lamar to play in Patrick Mahomes' game, and that's not your game. You didn't come in here.
Baltimore. You want to play Patrick Mahomes' game in Baltimore?
No quarterback.
Play your game.
Yeah.
No quarterback is on Patrick Mahomes' level right now. I'm sorry.
No.
There's none. If you try to be as good as Lamar, you will lose. Patrick Mahomes, I mean. Lamar is not Patrick Mahomes. Joe Burrow is not Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has won 3 Super Bowls. Joe Burrow got none. Lamar got none. When Lamar tries to play like Mahomes,
he's
going to lose.
Why are you trying to play like Mahomes?
Yeah.
Right.
In your building.
You're trying to imitate somebody. Play your own game.
They should have run the ball a lot more in the AFC Championship game. And I bet you if they would have done that, they would have won. Guaranteed. I would lay money on it.
The defense played well enough. The defense played exceptional to keep you in the game.
Right.
It's not like Mahomes and Travis Kelce were lining y'all up. In the first quarter they were. But then y'all settled down on the defensive end. When I look at the Ravens, like, of course it's a big deal. Derrick Henry's there, but what does that mean? What is it going to get you to that point of a championship? Because that's what the Baltimore fans want, is getting to that Super Bowl. And for Lamar, what's going to happen? Let's say Derrick Henry isn't available. Let's say Derrick Henry is injured. Let's say Derrick Henry is not having the best game in an AFC Championship game. Again, the game is in your hands now. What will you do? And that's my question for Lamar right now, because so many times I've been trying to, defend him. And I still love Lamar. I still love him. I think he's superbly talented. But when the game is on the line, I even said this today on, I did a reel today. I said this. I said, when we look at Patrick Mahomes, and I think me and Anthony talked about this today, what makes Patrick Mahomes great, you have a coach like Andy Reid who added things to what he already had. When you look at Lamar is a phenom. He is a talented kid. And you built a team around him, but then in moments like that, when it was time to play against a Patrick Mahomes, you had to be Lamar. Why did we draft you? That's what you had to be in that moment. That, not Mahomes, because you're not. All Lamar had to do, he's a dual threat quarterback. Right. Run the ball. You didn't have to sit back there and pass the ball. You really didn't have to, because look at what they're doing. They didn't trust it at all. And then on top of that, they did start rushing the ball. If Lamar ran more times than he threw it, they would have won the game. They would have won. The game was in your hands. And then you had that one drive that you did well, and Zay Flowers fumbled it. So, I mean, we look at those types of things. When we look at the Ravens, it's a whole team unit. And now look, it says the Ravens still want to prove Lamar is a complete QB. Stop. Let him play. Just win. Exactly. I think you don't have to be the perfect, 500 yards passing, and you only had 2 incompletions and 5 touchdowns. That's not what your game was. If Lamar could just simply look, 1 touchdown, 100 yards passing, and then 200 yards rushing, you would have won the game. You would have won the game. But you're so busy trying to be the other guy when you don't have to be the other guy. That's what I respect about Tom Brady. Tom Brady never came in here being the most athletic. He never came in here saying, I'm going to run like Vic or anybody else. He came in here with this, and I'm studying the defenses, and he is the GOAT as we speak. 7 Super Bowls, been to 10 of them. That's why Tom Brady is who he is. He didn't have to run. He didn't have to be the fastest. He didn't have to have none of that. He had this, and he had the vision of what he was looking at. That's what it comes down to. But same thing with Mahomes. But like I said, Cole, the Steelers could very much so win this division. That's not saying the Ravens aren't going to be good, but I look at the landscape, and I don't know what Deshaun Watson we're getting. You don't know how Joe Burrow is going to look. And Lamar, they think they're going to be good, but then when you get to that moment where the lights are bright, what is he going to be? Right.
I mean, Lamar has proved that in playoff games, he does choke. Get it done. He can't get it done.
Right.
He couldn't get it done in the AFC Championship game.
And your building.
Right. And all those points you made were perfect. The comment, perfect. You're right. You're completely right. Obviously too, like with Derrick Henry on that team, I like their backfield is scary. Like
it
is.
The Steelers 100%.
For the past couple of years have not been able to stop the run. And now you got someone too that can help stop the run. I still need a little bit more, because there are a lot of teams in that division too that can run the ball. The Browns especially. The Browns last year ran all over the Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
Ran all over them.
That's true.
The Ravens can run all over could run all over the Steelers. So they still need to get some more pieces on that defense,
100%.
on that offense, before I can go and I can start saying, Yep, they can win the division. They have a chance because the division is wide open. It is because and that's one of the things that you have to love is that the division's wide open. And I really like what the Steelers have done this offseason.
Yeah.
There's no complaints on my end.
And I don't think they're done. I don't at all. Like I think all three.
I don't think they're done either.
Case that all three of our teams are not done. I will say that. I will say this. I know I'm not happy with Aaron Jones leaving and him going to the Vikings, but the picks that the Packers have made so far have been good. I'm not disappointed with it. And same thing for you, Anthony and Cole. I'm sure you guys are not disappointed with some of the moves that the teams are making. They're making the steps in the right direction. It's not like the Cowboys not doing anything. The only thing the Cowboys did was re-sign their long snapper. I mean, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, Cowboys still sleep.
Right, they're still sleeping. Everybody else is making moves. Like the Commanders, the Eagles. The Eagles, you get Saquon Barkley? What? Now, I'm going to say this. I think Saquon going to the Eagles has more of an impact than Derrick Henry going to the Ravens. Because Saquon, he's going to fit in that type of system. Like that type of system that they're doing with Jalen and I think Jalen's a tad bit better at passing than Lamar, and they have a lot more weapons on the outside for sure. When we look at the Eagles went right back to what they're going right back. They brought back their defensive coordinator that when they went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They got the same people. They brought them back. Okay, we didn't do well this past season. Let's bring all the people back that when we went to the Super Bowl with. Let's bring them back. The same thing with the Eagles. Like they're trying to rebuild and get back to where they were. They're not. They're keeping everybody, and then you sign. I don't know how they stole Saquon. I really don't know how that happened. But for the Cowboys, now I think we all can agree we can't stand the Cowboys, but still, we're talking football. So Tony Pollard is gone. You had Aaron Jones on the market. Eckler was on the market. Saquon was on the market. Derrick Henry was on the market, and you get not one of them. Not one. But we're talking about, we're going to probably give Dak an extension.
See, if I say something,
I don't know what Dallas is doing, but I really don't frankly care. But go ahead, Am.
Look, trust me when I say this, that if the Cowboys would have signed Derrick Henry, Dallas would have been crazy. But I think Jerry Jones,
too. It's like
they didn't. Yeah. If they would have signed Derrick Henry, Dallas would have went crazy. I would have heard every single Dallas fan saying, "Oh my God, we're going to Super Bowl! Oh yeah, let's go! It's Dak here, baby. We back." Like no, but Jerry Jones did say, or maybe one of the reporters saying that the Cowboys couldn't pay for Derrick Henry, but then
they got all their money wrapped up in Dak.
Oh yeah, I'm a splurge a little bit. I'm gonna be like a kid in the candy store. Yeah. And look, if you want money, I'm gonna throw it at you. Matter of fact, you want $20 million for 3 years? Here's $25 million. Go crazy. But he was like, "Oh no, Derrick Henry is too expensive."
Right? Is Dallas trying to get back to the Super Bowl? Are they trying to?
They're trying to get to the championship. They're trying to get to the NFC Championship. Let's be honest. They're not going to the Super Bowl. They're going to the NFC Championship.
The way Dallas is moving, they look like. Listen, it's another year. They're gonna look. I'm gonna predict Dallas' season. We're gonna do it right now. They're gonna go 5-0 the first 5 games.
Yeah. And
everybody's gonna be like, "Wow, Dallas is crazy." Then they get to you get to the divisional round, and then you lose. You choke. I'm not even giving the divisional round this year, especially with the moves that they're making.
That is true.
They're wild card at best.
If I say, look, I'm gonna say this: if they lose, they're gonna lose to either one of these 3 teams. They're gonna lose to the Packers again. They're gonna lose to the Bucks or the Falcons if they make it. They're gonna lose somebody in the NFC South, or they're gonna lose to probably a divisional opponent in the wild card. Say this now. Timestamp it.
The Eagles.
Record it. Screen record it. Something. The Packers, the Bucks, and or the Falcons. I'll say or the Falcons or anybody as a divisional opponent. The Cowboys are not getting a first round bye. They're gonna get a wild card spot and they're gonna lose to those 3 teams. And I'm telling you, it's either gonna be a blowout or it's gonna be a what are the Cowboys doing? What happened? I thought no, they suck. They're gonna be undefeated at home again. then they're gonna play a home game and get busted. It's just life.
And
it's the NFL.
And everyone's going to be in the same boat they were yet last time. The Cowboys, they're not America's team. I don't know why they put them as America's team because we've seen them. I mean, the Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl or haven't been back to one before since it's been 24 years now.
I think my mom was in high school the last time.
That's 28 now. No, that's insane. Like in the mid 90s, we weren't even born then. What are we talking about? And we're expecting, the Cowboys every year. Every year they don't do anything. Frankly, I don't think they're winning the division. I think the Eagles are making good moves. I think them re-signing Graham. I know Fletcher Cox retired. I know Kelsey retired, but I think they're going to get more guys. The Eagles are going to probably win this division. And then you guys might find them crazy, but the Commanders are making some good moves. They are.
Hey,
they're getting.
The Commanders are going to fight.
They're gonna. And then the mock drafts have them getting Drake May. I see them. I'm not saying that they're gonna be like whoa, but you never know because the Texans did it last year and we didn't see that coming. But it's just. I feel like they're going to give a lot of teams fight. I think they're going to give a lot of teams fight. I think they're going to be one of those physical teams that are going to compete. They're going to compete because they're tired of being a laughing stock. I think that Washington is tired of being a laughing stock.
Yeah, man. Washington has a new owner, and they're saying, hey, we can play football too. Let's show you what we can do. Let me show you how a real football team plays.
Pick, right?
No, wait.
I hope not.
No, I don't think they're trading that pick.
No,
but team to watch though.
That pick is going to Jaden Daniels. Clip it now. That pick is going to Jaden Daniels.
Clip it now.
Hey, look.
Okay.
And then the Patriots get Drake May
right now. Clip it right now. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say like a month and 13 days in advance. The number 2 pick from the Washington Commanders. You're gonna hear Roger Goodell say. The Washington Commanders select Jaden Daniels out of LSU. And number 3, the Patriots going to pick Drake May, which I'm cool with. May. I'll take Josh Allen, Clem. I'll take him.
Okay. That would be interesting, and I think that would be good. But if I'm the Commanders, don't fumble this. Don't do it.
If they trade the pick, I'm making phone calls.
The Commanders cannot do that. They can't fumble this one. But Cole, you were about to say what team to watch out for. What were you about to say?
So I just want to make a couple comments. So one, the Falcons. I don't think signing Kirk Cousins is a horrible idea.
$180 million, by the way.
But $180 million for a guy that's coming off a torn Achilles and for 4 years. Not a smart financial move, Atlanta.
Hey.
Don't like it. I think it's too much money. There's a couple teams to watch out for, though, that are going to try and trade up for a quarterback. The Giants, because Daniel Jones sucks. All right, he stinks. The next one, the Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to take J.J. McCarthy.
I forgot about the Vikings. Yeah. I did forget about the Vikings because Sam
Darnold
can't be the answer.
Because going with Sam Darnold as day one starter is stupid. I'm not going to lie.
Can you imagine Justin Jefferson? And his quarterback is Sam Darnold. Do you think Justin Jefferson's going to be too happy?
Hey, I would say trade me right now.
He's looking for a trade this season.
He'll probably be like, yeah, just get me out of here. Because that's a bad idea. Like, you cannot roll with Sam Darnold.
How do you guys feel about them? Do you think Bo Nix or Michael Pettis could be somebody they're eyeing?
I could probably
Vikings. I think J.J. McCarthy. I think J.J. McCarthy's their guy. And I don't think J.J. McCarthy
might go to the Broncos.
I think the Broncos
are looking at J.J. McCarthy. So I don't know.
The Broncos.
The Broncos, nah. I don't see them getting a quarterback though. In the first round, I don't see them getting a quarterback. Probably like a receiver to replace.
They better. Who's their backup? Stidham? Please.
I mean, I still see them getting a receiver. I don't see them getting a quarterback though. Not unless they trade.
That would be crazy.
If they trade,
they better get a quarterback.
TV.
Yeah, because they're going to be demanding Sean Payton to get out of there if they don't get a quarterback.
Whoa.
I think this is Sean Payton's last season. I will say that. Even though I know the last season was his first, but I think with all the hoopla, everything that he's about, what he did in New Orleans, and now you come here and then you cause the rift with you between you and Russell and everyone, and then Jerry Judy's gone. This better be a good, solid year for the Broncos if Sean Payton wants to keep the job.
I don't see him having a good solid year. I think that I honestly think 2025 draft rolls around, they could be almost dead last. Really. I think they could easily be winding up with a top 5 pick. I just don't think it's a good football team. I mean, trading Jerry Jeudy, I mean, you don't have a quarterback. You cannot be rolling with Jared Stidham. All right?
There's no way.
That's a no-no. So they have to do something in free agency to at least get somebody that can be competent. Whoever they get in free agency will not be a franchise quarterback. There's just no, Kirk Cousins is not a franchise quarterback at this stage in his career.
But the Falcons, though, and we're going to leave soon, but for the Falcons, right? What does Kirk Cousins have on these teams to be getting these huge contracts? I want to know who his agent is, what's their number, because when he was with Washington, he was there, and then the Vikings give him a big contract. Now the Falcons, how does his agent talk? I want to know, because Kirk Cousins and Cole, I agree with 100%. A guy that's coming off an Achilles tear, he's been like this up and down, and the Falcons, that's the guy. When you could, let's just start over. Let's just regroup and start over and just get a guy in the
Justin
draft.
Fields.
Just get a guy in the draft to start clean slate.
What about Justin Fields?
Justin Fields would be good in Denver.
I'm saying
that would be bad.
Justin Fields to Atlanta. If they did that, I don't think that'd be.
He's his agent. Wow.
I mean, that's. But I don't think if Atlanta would have decided, hey, you know what, we're gonna go get Justin Fields instead of Kirk Cousins, I'd have been fine with that. I think you'd probably give up a second-round pick.
A guy coming off injury, you don't know what Kirk Cousins you're getting at all. Kirk Cousins has never peaked. He's never peaked. He's been okay. There's moments where okay, but then there's moments it's not okay. So you're getting a quarterback that's like this, and then he's coming off an injury, and he's not a young guy. I mean, he's not old, but he's not a young guy. He's been in the league for some years.
He's in his mid-30s, I believe.
Yeah, I mean and then in football years, and then you're coming off an Achilles. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huge deal.
But that division also is wide open. The NFC South, that's the division that's wide open too. I think that division is going to be not good again. It's going to be Bucks probably going to have. It's going to be 9-7, and then the Panthers 5-10, something like that. I don't know, but that division is not good either. That division is not very good.
What about the Brian Burns trade?
We'll see. I think. Yeah. I don't know. And then Derek
they could have
Carr,
traded him 2 years ago, get a first.
Another Cardinals. Yeah. You know what? I'm going on a limb. I'll say the Bucks will probably win the division.
I would agree.
I do. I don't think they're the best team, but I just think with all the teams, everybody's trying to figure stuff out. I just think the Bucks have a better edge because they've been winning the division for the past few years. They of course they have more of a pedigree, you could say. And I just think every other team is trying to figure it out. So but thank you both. I think that wraps it up. I think we're probably gonna be back soon because there's gonna be more free agency talk, and then we got the draft coming up that we'll definitely discuss in due time. But thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Cole, for giving y'all. Remember, Cole is a Steelers fan, Anthony's a Patriots fan, and I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. So we're gonna be on the radar about our teams and what our teams are gonna do. Right now, we're happy. We're not upset. We feel good right now. We're happy to talk about it.
All I'm gonna say
is it stays like that. But
all I'm gonna say is the future is bright for the Patriots. That's all I'm gonna say. Austin Hooper, resign Josh Uche. The future is bright. I think I see a Super Bowl on the horizon. I think I see playoffs. I think I see offensive rookie of the year, Drake May. I think I see coach of the year, Gerard Mayo.
Hey,
the Patriots
you heard
are
it
back.
here first.
They
you
are
heard it here
back.
first. Yep, the Patriots are back, and the Steelers are going to be in the AFC Championship. Cole doesn't believe it, but I'm going to manifest it right now.
Whoa! We've been
Jasmine,
over this. We've
I
been
would
over
like
this.
the Steelers.
You gotta calm down.
I would like the Steelers to be good, so I don't lose my
divisional round at best. Is that better? The ceiling is divisional round this year for the Steelers. Divisional round, and then we'll talk. Talk. But that wraps up this show. Thank you both.
Clip it. Somebody in the chat, clip that. Somebody in the chat, clip that. The Steelers in the divisional. Somebody in the chat, clip that.
Yes, clip it. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Jay, for constantly giving your support. We will see you all next time. Please have your notifications on for First Impression Sports Talk because we might be back depending on what's going to happen. That wraps up the show. See you guys next time.